ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment and a hotel room. You know what I mean? This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
my camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the praise. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
GEN.YAHANNA, you understand? Gonna hold it down. You understand? Down here about to kick off this glorious Passover weekend. You understand? This Passover weekend of brotherhood, sisterhood, all the children gonna be here enjoying each other company, playing and running around laughing in peace and solidarity in the name of the Most High Christ, man. You understand? All our brothers coming in from all over. You understand? Who else we got in here? We got Officer Taza Doc in here, Officer Adiyar in here, Officer Uriah in here. What's your name, Mark? Officer Rum in here. What's your name, brother? Trooper Morale. Got the brothers holding it down, got the sisters in the back. You understand? Kids running around. We already getting that Passover started. The whole vibe is ready here. We waiting to see our brothers and sisters, man. But let's start getting into these stories. Let's start getting to these stories. Like what you seeing in America right now, even though your Christian leaders have convinced you that you had some victorious victory by Joe Biden being elected as your president. You understand? And he giving you stimulus checks and stimulus this and stimulus that, and you getting all type of loans and all type of grants and free money and things like that. You are still the number one people that is hated in America. Right. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. without a shadow of a doubt. It has nothing to do with money. Real quick, before we get into any story, give me the scripture where it says a gift destroyeth the heart. And that's why Commander GEN.YAHANNA always brings out of how seduced we've been in America, especially when they do things like give us these stimulus checks and all this money and things like that. Of course, when you're in the truth, when you're in the Israelite school of UPK, that's going to benefit you in the truth. You understand? But when you're in the world without this truth, without this knowledge of your nationality and who you are, you understand? It can help destroy you.
Right.
And you don't even know.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
He said oppression make a wise man mad. You understand? In the ISUPK, we wasn't moved by all of the rewards that our oppressors gave us through stimulus checks and taxes and all of that. We wasn't moved by that. Right. You understand? Because we understand that we oppress. And we still oppress. And a little $1,400 for every child that you have is not going to remove the psychological damage that the white man has done to your mind due to this oppression, due to this condition, man. $1,400 ain't going to get rid of that. You understand? Oppression should make a wise man mad. You understand? You telling me that's all? That's all you going to reward us? After the years and years and years we done spit in this hellhole, that's all you going to give us. That's it. You understand? You can keep that goddamn $400. Tell my people who they really are. Right. How about you do that? You understand? Keep reading.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
A gift destroyeth the heart. Our black brothers and sisters, man, walking around like, yeah, well, they definitely, looking out for us. They taking care of us and things like that. But the stories we about to go into, are so critical, man, that if you do not pay attention to what's going on, you're going to be destroyed. You understand? By thinking all of these gifts that these oppressors, these devils is giving us, man. You understand? They hate us even more.
Right.
You think your enemy don't see that you've been given money and being helped out, all type of things, man. You understand? You want government assistance, you get more money to them, and they working their job and they getting fueled with more hatred. And we about to bring out the stories to prove it. You want to say something, Cap? You understand? Let's get that first story. Y'all can rock that out, man.
Come on.
Get that first story.
CDC declares racism a serious public health threat.
It said the CDC declares racism a serious public health threat. Now, that should be a slap in the face. You understand? They declaring it now? They telling me it took them 2021 for them to say, well, racism is a public health threat. Now? It took you since the 1800s to realize that? You've been known that. Go ahead and read, huh?
Come. Racism is a scourge in American society. It is also a serious public health threat, according to the director of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
And I'm going to tell you something. That's them also recognizing how evil our oppressor is, man. They recognize it. They like, damn. All these murderings and all this abuse by cops, by law enforcement officers, and then other civilians, the Chinese, then other oppressive civilians that don't even have authority as law enforcement. Right. They looking at it, they like, damn, and it just won't stop because in their mind, you would think after you see body cam after body cam of them completely and obviously murdering a man, they like, damn, this is a health issue. It's been a health issue. Right. This is what America was built on. Right. America was built on the blood of blacks and Hispanics. It's been a health issue. It's been a scourge. Right. Please, come on. You need this.
No, I'm gonna speak loud enough.
Yeah. Let's get that mic right there, brother. Why?
But I'm gonna tell you the main reason why, if I could, sir, that they recognizing it as a public health and what aspect of the public are they worrying about being affected by racism, right, and discrimination? They worry about their own people.
Right.
They seeing what Commander GEN.YAHANNA doing, and we raising up men all over the country. Right. And they seeing that we ain't going for the $1,400 gift, man. Right. You see what I'm saying? You got men like Captain Nakar, man, raised by Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man, that ain't going for that, man. Right. And every other man up under him. So the real issue that they're seeing right now is that black men and women is waking up to what's really going on, and now they got to fight this public health crisis called the Israelite school of UPK.
Damn right.
Under Commander General Yohanna.
Damn right. So like you could probably hold on there while I rock with this throughout. So throughout. You understand? So go ahead and read a little bit more of that.
In a statement released Thursday, Dr. Rochelle Walensky pointed to the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on communities of color, as seen in case numbers, deaths, and social consequence. Yet the disparities seen over the past years were not a result of COVID-19, Walensky said. Instead, the pandemic illuminated inequities that have existed for generations.
Listen, this is what they're saying. They saying that you would think during a worldwide epidemic, you understand? Something that in this lifetime, so many people have never seen before. What they trying to understand is how in the hell, while that is going on, while people are dying from an airborne virus, is so much hatred and cruelty being done to one group of people. Right. And so publicly, while a worldwide epidemic is going on. Right. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
And if I could add on what she's saying, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, is that she can even now notice that the help is not being given, that there's some inequity that's being arrived at in the colored community. They're not getting the help that everybody else is getting. And the only thing that we seeing is the dollar sign, but we're not noticing the death that's being handed out. Exactly. And she's able to see it.
Right. Meaning at the same time, while they saying, well, we'll help you. Everybody's getting a stimulus check, $1,400 per family, adding this, adding that. You understand? Free this. Don't have to remember in the during the pandemic, you understand, they was waiving electricity, waiving gas, you understand? But at the same time, it's been coupled with this cop murdered this brother. This brother got shot here. Right. This sister got brutalized and abused in this salon, or this and this and that. And now she's saying like, yo, this is a serious health issue, but it's only done to us, like Captain LeBon is bringing out, man. Right. And go ahead, brother.
And read that last part. Go up a little bit where it talks about the disparities in the health system, I believe.
Yet the disparities seen over the past year were not a result of COVID-19.
Because we, in our mind, right, in the mind of black people, because we so bamboozled, right, we believe that we have equal access to everything now. Right. We believe that our oppressor loves us right now, and that we get treated just as good as he gets treated. Right. You know what I mean? And have the same access that he has to health care and housing, etc. We believe that because of Martin Luther King Jr., right, that somehow, right, now America loves us. Right. And now because of this pandemic, we're seeing that no, black people don't have the same access that never had as white folks. So it's coming out now because of the pandemic.
Damn right. And listen, that goes to show you, black and Hispanic man and Native Indian man, the so-called white man is your plight. He's your scourge. Like COVID-19 should have been like, you know, like that's something, Most High Christ, that's something should clearly how the Lord is showing you that your oppressor is the disease. Right. He's worse than the disease. Right. You understand? Like, once again, without this truth, you're not going to realize who your enemy is. Right. Your enemy is, and it is highly valuable. Right. It is golden to know who your enemy is, man. Right. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Give me the one in 2 Thessalonians where it say, unless he be which one I want? In 2 Thessalonians 2:8, is that the one? Basically saying, you understand, you gotta show who the devil is. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know who the devil is. He said that the end will not come. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
I love this scripture, man. It's such a heavy and powerful scripture because our people not gonna wake up. Excuse me, I gotta pause real quick. I just had a whole celebrity walk in here. I just had a whole look. Hey, look. We went to John. Excuse me, just a quick side note. We went to Johnny Dang. Everybody know that Chinese man Johnny Dang. We like, well, we might see some celebrities. I said, I don't give a damn about them Negroes. I don't give a damn about them Negroes and Johnny Dang. I just had a whole straight up celebrity walk up in this joint, man. You understand me? Captain Zoya just walk in the building, man. You understand? Finna hold it down with us, man. Black Watch. Go ahead and read that scripture again.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right. The Lord said this. Let no man deceive you by any means. Once again, cutting them preachers. Cutting them goddamn preachers. Like your leaders, man, they'll deceive you, one, because our people want to be lied to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't, like when they say don't let no man deceive you by any means is also because that's what you want to hear. That's because that's the life you want to live. You want to be able to get 1,400 and just stand up there like everything's fine and dandy and ignore the murder that's going on around you, man. You just want to ignore it because you got your little stimulus check in the mail every month. Right. You know, had all these kids, now they cash cows for you. But you want to ignore, so you let that preacher just lie to you. So you can further ignore all the evil that you know is going on, black man. Right. Like you know what's going on is evil. What would you like to say, sir? No. All right, Most High Christ. You sure you don't want to sit right here? All right, Most High Christ. You understand, Captain Zara? Y'all go on this joint, man. Understand? Been a minute. Most High Christ. Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you. You understand? Keep reading that scripture, Baba Kasha.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
You gotta follow, and that's why our oppressor is so diabolical, man. That's why he's so diabolical, because he knows, and that's why Commander GEN.YAHANNA brought it out. Like when Joe Biden got elected and they started passing all of this free money around to black people, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, as a prophet of the Lord, knew that was going to further seduce black people to believe that America is not the evil hellhole that we've been prophesying that it is, man. That's why the Lord said he's the most subtle beast of the field, man. Right. Giving you that money is you're going to ignore this evil, man. Keep reading.
Except there come a falling away first.
And it's like, why would we fall away from a place that's treating us so good? We just had a natural disaster nationally, man. Epidemic, virus, and disease, something from the TV, and they giving us money. They doing what they supposed to do. It was such witchcraft, man. Such witchcraft, man. And if you a dummy, if you like a silly hoe, like the Christian church trained black people to be silly hoes for the white man and all his tricks and all his cunning, you understand? You're going to fall right into it. You're going to forget all about the numerous names of the young black men that was gunned down by the police. You understand? Right. Go back and read some more of the article real quick. But hold the scripture, though. That's one of my favorite
What
scriptures.
we know is this. Racism is a serious public health threat that directly affects the well-being of millions of Americans.
And let me tell you something. They saying racism is a public health threat. That is just the terminology that they have to use. You understand? So really what they should be saying is that white supremacy is a scourge on black people.
Right.
That's like they have to put it in a way where they can't, offend, or what I'm saying? They can't be blunt. Or they can't tell the truth, so to speak. Read that last line one more time.
What we know is this. Racism is a serious public health threat that directly affects the well-being of millions of Americans.
Now, I want you to replace the word racism with white supremacy, right? I want you to replace the word racism with white supremacy.
What we know,
and then read it again.
What we know is this. White supremacy is a serious public health threat that directly affects the well-being of millions of Americans.
Yeah, and we all know who those millions of Americans are. You understand? I put that, through the Spirit of the Lord, we put that white supremacy in there because that's really what they mean. Right. You understand? Because what black man show racism to a white man? Except for the brothers in the ISUBK. And we don't even show race, we don't even show racism. We show love to black people. Right. You understand? They do violence to us. They say it's a serious issue. Read it again.
A serious public health threat that directly affects the well-being of America.
Public health threat. You wonder why so many black people, man, and thank the Lord for Commander GEN.YAHANNA and all the generals like General Muhammad that do the counseling of brothers and sisters got so many mental afflictions in their head, man. Brothers got schizophrenia, man, coming off the streets, coming into school, being born again, coming back to life, man. Alcoholics, filthy, nasty, drunk alcoholics, man. They got to get checked and chastised. You understand? Over and over again, so they can escape that scourge of a people, man. That's what the hell they are, man. They a scourge on us, huh? Worse than an airborne disease. That's what they are. They worse than that, man. That's how the Lord putting it to you, man. And now, in their words, they telling you also. But they got to be grammatically correct. Am I saying that right? That is right. This your battle. Grammatically correct was that's how I say it, right? Politically correct. There you go. They got to be politically correct. You understand? So they don't offend the rulers of this goddamn earth, man.
And they speaking in code.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. They definitely speaking in code right there. And I'm telling you, they seeing Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Right. They seeing they know about this Passover. Right. You know what I'm saying? They seeing niggas from all over the earth, man, coming together, man, saying, man, we ain't having no more of this racism. Right. We coming out of the world, man. We gonna obey the law, statutes, and commandments, and they know what's in that Bible. That's right. They know the minute that we come up out of this world, man, and we start doing what the Lord requires us to do, man, Christ gonna come back, and guess what? He gonna be the public health crisis. That's right. That's the point right there. Right. Christ is going to be the public health crisis on all the Edomites, man, that have been ruling over Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. That's right. For the last 400 years. Damn right. Damn right. So you want to say anything? I was just going to say, and they should stop calling it racism and just call it, the black and white issue. Because I don't see the Asians having the racism that we have. Exactly. Africans, Arabs. Like, nobody experiences what we get. That's why even a stimulus check, that's something that's geared towards us. That's geared towards us so that Biden can say, see, I did something for y'all that so-called Trump didn't do. Exactly. Because a gift destroyed the heart. When Jeremiah 6:14 says that they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. Right. Because what has Biden done differently than Trump besides give money? Trump gave money, now Biden give money. Exactly. So it's really no difference between the two. So that racism, that book we got, Black Image in the Minds of Whites, and one of them pages, I reference this book a lot. And the reason why I reference this book is because one of the pages, now this book was written in the 1800s, took them 100 years to write this book. Do y'all have that book here? Black Image in the Minds of Whites. But in that book, the writers of that book says, I'm paraphrasing, but that there is no end to the issue between the black and white people because we were never meant to be together. Like we was never meant to mix. Right. So it's almost like we can't come together, we can't be apart. Right. The only thing we could do is clash with each other. Right. And the reason why we're losing is because we're not joining the Most High. We're not getting up in this body. So that's why there's nothing that's happening. And to back up what LeBron said about this Passover, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, what's taking place now is you see a lot of black people are getting fed up. I saw this video, and I don't know if this is in the articles, where this brother was walking through the neighborhood, and I found out later that he had suffered from autism. Right. And so this white dude, bigger than him, and then his wife is filming him, like, what you doing in this neighborhood? He explaining to him, I live in this neighborhood, I'm walking through the neighborhood. And so he bullied him. And then what I saw the next day, just to show how black people getting fed up, is probably about 100 niggas in front of that white man's house saying, why don't you come outside now? I saw that. Right. Then I saw another video my rib sent me where at this carnival, whoever's running the carnival, it was like, how they have the Ferris wheel or the rides or whatever. Right. So they getting them off the rides. And I guess this black woman and her 2 kids wasn't getting off fast enough. And the cat just pulls them off like that. And he got his ass whooped by a bunch of black people. He should have. Because black people was getting fed up. And the last thing they ever want to hear is a black man like Commander GEN.YAHANNA saying, wake these 12 tribes up. Right. This is the issue. Like them Proud Boys, what GEN.YAHANNA be doing? Right. That's a plague in itself to America. And that's why they trying to so-called address it, but then they just tippy-toe. Right. Tip past it. I just wanted to chime in. Most high Christ. You were about to say something about? So go ahead, keep on reading some of the article.
She added, as a result, It affects the health of our entire nation.
And that's garbage. You understand? It said it affects the health of our entire nation. That's a lie. You understand? It affects our health, man. Once again, like we were saying, not like so many brothers and sisters, especially black women, not like if it wasn't for the ISUBK, these black women will be in a bad way. These black and Hispanic women got tons of medical issues, man, and problems that they need help with. Tons of them. You understand? And we give them that help in the UPK.
That's right.
And really what it is, this truth, the words of the Lord, these orders our King left for us, that's what help us deliver our people out of this scourge, man.
That's right.
You understand? Keep on reading now.
Racism is not just the discrimination against one group based on the color of their skin or their race or ethnicity, but the structural barriers that impact racial and ethnic groups differently to influence where a person lives, where they work, where their children play, and where they worship and gather in community.
Right. They've been, that's what they talking about. And who's seen that new show, new popular now called Them? The one called Them, where the black family moved to Compton from the South, you know what I mean? And they got, it's of course it's theatric and a lot of weird stuff going on. It's fake or whatever the case may be. It's a show. You understand what I'm saying? But it shows how black people, they moved to Compton. You understand? During the time of a lot of black people was migrating from the South to the West Coast, to the Midwest cities, you understand? And showing you how evil they was when we came in their neighborhood. You understand? And they play on it a little bit in the show that shows Them. You seen that show Them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they touching into. But once again, even in watching that show, it's such witchcraft. Because in watching that show, how bold the black woman is in that show is trying to give off the sense of, well, see, we won. Now Compton is all black. When that's such a lie. You understand what I'm saying? Where they showed the quick image of the black woman smacking the white woman out. You understand? That is not what we are in this nation. You understand me? And go ahead, so Salaki.
What makes it so disgusting, I don't know how much of y'all, I don't know if I'm going to spoil it, I don't know if y'all plan on watching it, but there's a scene in there where they flash back to before they went to that part of Compton.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning of the show, they show that old-ass devil,
that lady,
right?
Yeah. And
then they go to them going to Compton.
Right.
But when they flash back to it, that old lady came with them 3 men and they raped that black woman. And then played cat in the bag and spent that little boy in the bag and spent her. So as a black man, how do you now take that family into another all-white neighborhood?
And then try to
No.
Then try to say ain't nobody gonna move us out of here. My daughters deserve this. They deserve more cruelty and more racism. Like that's something. Then they trying to play on it, Cap. Like they done overcame something. That would drive you crazy.
Right. And everybody that was in that city went crazy. With that black woman, the black woman goes to the psych ward where the other black woman was at.
Right.
And she said, and she told him, before you kill your family, just remember how much you love them. Man, because that's what living around white people do. And it makes you, anybody watching that show, the one thing you're supposed to get out of that show is that you should be in your own neighborhood. Right. We wouldn't have to go through that if we was in our own neighborhood. The scriptures say, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. To hell with his house, his backyard. And what make their yard better than ours? That would be bugging me out the most. What be making their neighborhood better than our neighborhood other than the people? Right. That's how you know it's an envy thing. It's a I want to be white thing because it's still a house, it's still a street, it's just trees, it's just a vehicle. It's all the same things.
Exactly.
The only difference is there's white people living next to me, and then there's black people living next to me. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna let your woman get raped, your kid gonna die, and you're not gonna say, at least let me fight with my brothers against this oppressor. You're gonna go to another set of oppressors.
Let me separate myself.
And then kiss their ass too. They hiding in the house. Like they hiding in the house. They ain't even going outside in the house.
I seen the one with the white woman, and that's another damn one to bring out. But brothers got to realize too, especially brothers in the world, man, that white woman called them 3 white men. But go to show you, like they try to play on the white woman, like the white woman all sweet, and when she the one that she said, "Can I have your baby?" Like they evil just like them, man. And then once again, now it's a mental health issue. It's been a mental health issue all the way back to those times when we was migrating from the South because of all that evil, man. They want to come out with these articles and spit in our face, man. And it says spit in the face of the men that recognize and understand what's going on. Salakia, any more in that article? You want to stay on this article?
No, yeah.
Come. Read a little more about it.
Come on, sir.
Salakia, is this one here?
Okay, no, sir.
These social.
Not necessarily. I mean, General Q has said the bond is a little low.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna sit this right here then.
Check.
Okay, you sure? No, you read it.
Yeah, you read the
I'll just speak up.
Most of Christ, the water too.
These social determinants of health have lifelong negative effects on the mental and physical health of individuals in communities of colors.
Of course they do.
Salakia.
Go ahead, keep reading.
The results, she says, are stark health disparities that have mounted over generations.
Can I speak?
Please go ahead, do your thing.
Captain Zaria, do you recall a story that came out about how the trauma of slavery is handed down
generationally
in our DNA?
I bring that out every lecture I do. There was a study that they did on so-called Jews because of the Holocaust. And in studying the Holocaust, what they realized is that slavery is not something that just affects the individual that goes through slavery.
Right.
It's passed down through their kid, their kid. And so we're those children that are suffering from the constant oppression from this devil. And so it goes into your DNA. And that's no different than you take a woman pregnant today. That's why in the scripture when it says the Holy Spirit shall overcome her, because every woman wants their pregnancy to be watched over. The slightest stress will affect the child.
That's right.
If they eat wrong, it'll affect the child. Any danger or scared or anything that they feel directly goes onto the child. So now imagine that black woman getting her back beat, getting raped, getting forced to have sex, and trying to have that kid, seeing her husband gone away. The oppression that he's going under, that has generationally been passed down in our DNA.
Right.
That's why it's so oppressive when we try to get out. That's why, like, without compassion, like people look at when we as a serious against this white man, they look at it like, why don't y'all compromise? When nobody ever compromised to understand the plight of black people. And if you don't see superheroes, super soldiers, like y'all always joke about the whole Thanos thing and stuff like that.
Right.
But we the real superheroes, straight up and down, because we are the only ones that will come out here and tell the unadulterated truth and fix black people at the same time. It's not enough to call a white man a devil. If you don't have a solution for black people, you're doing nothing.
That's right.
So and you have to go out there and apply it. Because we don't just get ridiculed by black people. We get ridiculed by white people. We get ridiculed by our own people. And so we're not out here on the job. We'll never get it out of our DNA. So when you see these kids and stuff like that, they'll grow up a little less oppressive than we did. Because now we break the chain. So that is in the article. I think her name was Ben Yehudi or something like that.
Yeah. I believe that's the name.
Go ahead, keep reading on the article.
Come on, sir.
So what does it mean for the agency? Walensky has charged all of the offices and centers under the CDC to develop interventions and measurable health outcomes in the next year, addressing racism in their respective areas. And she's made clear that it is a priority for the entire CDC.
That sounds like to me they trying to get more money out of us. Like you want to get this, we're gonna make more programs. They need money for that to pay them people out. And who they gonna get the money from? Us. You understand me? That's what it sounds like. Like we can't be fooled by none of this stuff. Like we're gonna start instituting more more programs to try to understand why this is going on. And all that sounds like y'all need more money from us to try to figure out what y'all doing to us. Please, man, give me the scripture where it say in Deuteronomy 28 where it says the Lord shall smite you with madness, man.
And then more stimulus, right?
Hey.
And you know what they're doing right now? They just printing money. They just print money overtime right now. And it used to be where we could look online and see how much money that they print.
Yeah.
They stopped that. They cut that out last month. So now we have no idea how much money that the U.S. Treasury is printing out.
And listen, also too, like listen, man, don't be fooled by none of that, man.
That's right.
Don't be fooled by none of that, man. Because the most important thing for a black man to understand is that you are from the 12 lost tribes of the nation Israel.
That's right.
And the more and more you try to do what Captain Zaryak was bringing them out about that show, like you forcing yourself upon a nation of people that hate you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You forcing yourself upon you. Have done wicked and evil things. You just forcing yourself. This was going to happen to you, and they just said it. Read.
Khan, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee with madness.
Shall smite thee with what?
With madness.
With what?
With madness.
With madness, man. Bipolar, schizophrenia, alcoholism, dementia. Read it again.
Khan, and the Most High.
Come on, Captain Zion, Christianity.
Right.
Yeah.
Madness.
That's the number one drug on the planet. I don't know nothing that makes us fight harder than Christianity at all. Christianity is the one religion where no matter how much they beat you, you gotta love them more. You gotta fight more. Even that whole plan thing that when they bring up the whole reason why they say we coming up with the plan, because that's all people want. All black people want to hear is we got a plan in place. There's never no such thing as action, right? Because you might have to actually do something. The church is just a plan. We plan to come and sing and do nothing when we get outside. That plan is going to be no action that's applied to it. We've been over here. How long? This book that I was talking about was written from 1817 to 1914. Talk about the racial divide between black people and white people.
And if I could, that is okay. These books like this are what they saying they want to figure out. Like, they trying to get in these think tanks. They trying to figure out when it's been books published saying it and declaring was the problem.
If I could read this page, wow, this page is that article, right? This is page 34, right? It says the worst evil to the slave than the cruelty he sometimes endures is the moral degradation that results from his condition. Falsehood, thief are the natural consequences of his situation. He goes into excess eating and drinking and animal pleasures, so he has no access to any higher pleasures. And a man can't be an animal without sinking below an animal. A brute man is worse than a brute. An animal cannot be more savage or more greedy than the law of his nature allows. But there seems to be no limit to the degradation of a man. Slavery is the parent of vices. So when you wonder why we can't get off the drugs, when we always trying to come up with these whack-ass plans and stuff like that, it's because of the same thing we've been saying since 69.
That's right.
If they really want to fix the problem, just own up to their mistake. When they wanted to fix the so-called Jew, they made the Germans own up to their mistake. Went to war. They had Holocaust. They had the memorial every year. They give them funding. They still funding the so-called Jew to this day.
That's right.
Because they're making the Germans be accountable. Now, the only way that they could really fix this to action is to make the white man in America accountable.
Right. That's right.
And that's the one thing he'll never do. So we're going to get a plan after plan after plan of every president. Just go and look the history. Every president that wanted the black vote had that plan in place. And did nothing when they got wrong.
Right. And if I could, like what I always try to bring out is if it was really an effort on the part of white folks to solve the racial divide and disparities between black and white people, it's 200 million of them in this country. Right, 200 million. It's only 23 million of us here, right? According to their own stats, right? If they were really trying to solve the issues between black and white, you would see, and if they really cared, you would see, what, a quarter of their population protesting the issues that we face, right? At least 25 million of them would say, let's stop doing this to black folks. But you don't see that. Right, so they don't care. So the issue is that black people need to realize that they don't care and realize that it's time to come together under the Israelite school of UPK.
That's right.
You know, right.
Who got an issue? What race of people had an issue with the Asians protesting? I don't know of one. Nobody. Protest white people that you come up with the Black Lives Matter. Now y'all know we're not for Black Lives Matter. But when you come up with Black Lives Matter, they come with all lives matter.
Right.
Blue lives matter.
Right.
Any life can matter except black folk life.
That's right.
And the Asians can complain, and everybody's gonna join with the Asians. Let the Africans complain, they're gonna join with the Africans. The Arabs complain, they're gonna join with them. Now, what those races have in common, they're all together. They're not trying to be great in American society. It's us that look at, like, you can have all the money in the world, but you have to have that white trophy or that white dominance. That's why you look at all our people of power. They all got some white broad with them, or some white man with them, or live in some white area away from their own people. So there's no empowering of us.
Man, what?
I just wanted to add.
I care nothing about black
If
folks.
I'm wrong, Cap, but like what you saying so heavy, like nobody cares. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna come straight to you. Like nobody cares when the Chinese do anything. Nobody cares when the Arabs do it. Nobody cares when the Africans do it. Now correct me if I'm wrong, Cap. The Lord said that the other nations are spittle, right?
That's right.
They spittle, which means nothing. They don't mean anything to the Lord.
That's right.
Which makes sense in my mind to me, because when we step out to do something in this nation, the whole earth watch.
That's right.
Because we the Lord's children. So that means they got to oppress us more when we do things.
right.
That shows you that the Africans don't matter and they ain't the Lord's people. And the Chinese ain't the Lord's people. You understand? But the enemy who's going to be of the Lord was going to attack the Lord's people. And it's always us.
Right.
When we go to march, they own us. When we gather, they own us. You understand?
And it don't just be one nation on us, it be all of them.
Exactly.
The Africans tell you enough is enough. The Chinese tell you enough is enough. The Arabs tell you the only time they get along with you is when you go spend that money. You ain't spending that money, they not trying to get along with you. That's right.
So like I believe I'm gonna get the young man right here. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that was a mighty fine point that y'all all brought up. I wanted to add into about the Asian hate that the only reason why they didn't have an argument with the Asian hate was because Asian hate didn't have systemic racism behind it, trying to stop years of oppression, trying to stop the problems that is actually happening to Black America, Hispanic America, Native Americans that has been plaguing us for centuries.
That's right.
It's the comparison. I don't mean to go too off the topic, but it's the comparison of World War II when they World War II and World War I when they made those German Shepherds. 100 years later, the best way to train that dog is what? Speak German to it. What are you gonna do with people 400 years of oppression, trying to get out of their systemic mindset? And then they complain at us because we want to help our people instead of still being this stuck mud mentality.
That's right.
Get that brother. I think we good on this. I think we good on this one. You understand? That's but we gonna tie it in with this next article, man. With this brother, man. This brother that been in jail on death row for almost 50 years on death row. You understand? If you ever seen, you know, any like documentary or any special that they do about inmates in jail when you're on death row, like when you sitting there for years and years, isolated, secluded from you know any type of physical contact with another human being for 45 years, and you waiting to die. You know what that does to you? We're gonna read some of this article. Go ahead.
Come on, Texas's longest serving death row inmate
Right here in this state we in. In this state we in right here. Go ahead.
Has sentence tossed. Houston, an appeals court has overturned the sentence of Texas's longest serving death row inmate, whose attorneys has languished in prison for more than 45 years because he's too mentally ill to be too mentally ill.
He's too what?
Too mentally ill.
This brother was mentally ill. He mentally ill. And they got him on death row. You understand? And the CDC trying to figure out, well, what in the hell is? Why is this is a health issue? Something's wrong. It's 2021. Something's wrong here.
Right.
Yeah, like man, he is relentless with this, man. You understand? He's suffering from mental health. They got him on death row about the lethal injecting, man. Keep reading now.
Over 45 years because he's too mentally ill to be executed.
They had to reevaluate. Lord had to come and try to talk to him and say, this man he ain't a criminal, he's sick in the mind. This gonna go to brother right here. Look, just like Yahawashi. Look, just like Yahawashi got the white beard and dark skin. You understand what I'm saying? Like these are the people that they hate, man. You understand? He rocking that white woolly beard, like the scriptures say, man. Keep on reading the article.
Raymond Riles' death sentence can no longer stand because the 70-year-old inmate's history of mental health was not properly considered by jurors.
Yeah, of course it was. Because and this happened in Houston. This is in Houston. This is where we at, man. You understand? Of course, the jurors were not people of his peers.
Right.
They weren't from third ward. Right. Where we at right now? This third ward right here? This who? Dead end. They wasn't from the dead end. You understand me? Right. Where the white folk area at? River Oaks. They let River Oaks decide to kill this man, to put him to death when he mentally ill. You understand me? And probably what? Mentally ill because why? He grew up in the deep South.
Right.
Deep racism and hatred from who? The people that's on the jury. Come on, man. Keep reading the article, man.
Colonel Khan. The Texas Court of Criminal Appeals ruled Wednesday. The decision means Riles' case will be sent back to a Houston courtroom for resentencing.
So they still keeping him?
That's what, when I said the white man, I didn't want to jump the story. I'm reading the article. So when I said the white man died violently, I read that part right there. Like he in jail 45 years for mental illness. He get off and they said for resentences, like they not gonna let him go. Like Isaiah, can somebody get Isaiah?
Is that the one we pulled him? To hide him in the prison house?
42 and 22.
Is that the one you
No, y'all might be better. I was doing 14 when it says he don't let him out the prison house.
Isaiah 42.
I think the one y'all got might be better than mine, but the one I was gonna pull was in Isaiah 14.
Let's pull both of them.
No sweat.
You know, if I could. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't even letting him go out like that. To me, just now did something to my temper, man.
Yeah, then I got Revelation.
Like, how do you play with him?
14 and 17.
14, 17, circle
why he's mentally ill, man. You've been on death row for 45 years and like, oh well, you ain't going free. You just,
And then they say that death row is solitary confinement.
It's isolated.
Right. So you isolated. So now he's been isolated for 45 years.
Already mentally ill.
They done determined he got a mental illness. You don't say, okay, we're gonna let him out. You're gonna re-sentence him to keep him in there. Like, why even go through the whole process of the whole mental illness and all?
Why don't you just leave him where he at? Matter of fact, it'd be mercy if they just killed the brother, to be honest with you.
Mercy is something the white man does not have.
And that's why he doing what he doing.
Exactly.
Like, it'd be mercy for the Lord to just let him die in his sleep.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? This brother here, man.
Right.
Because in the hands of this devil, he just played with you and told you what you like,
Yep.
Like you just, it's a game. Like your life it's a game. Go ahead and read the scripture.
Come on, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
That's what the white man did. You think about, like, if you take it from an earthly standpoint, if you ask the animals who the devil is, they'll tell you the white man.
That's right.
The only reason you even have it endangered species list is because the white man hunted them all. That's it. You ask the air. The only reason our air, where they talk about cracks in the ozone layer gonna tear their skin up and get cancer,
right?
Because the white man, he don't want to stay inside the firmament. He want to be like the Most High, so he want to bust open the firmament,
exactly,
and then let the ozone layers and all that nonsense up in here. If you ask the sea creatures, they'll tell you.
Right.
If you ask, you go into any third world countries. The reason why they're third world countries is because of what the white man did to them. Like, there's not a stitch of land on the face of the planet that the white man has not went in and destroyed. There's not a ghetto in America that the white man has not directly destroyed. That's when it's saying he made the world a wilderness. That's exactly what this white man did. Keep going.
Colonel Khan. And destroyed the cities thereof.
My greatest stories when I talk about Black Wall Street, the lesson in that was not what they built, but that they never fought after it got burned down. It's like they gave up. Like, if we had the school back then, we would have never gave up. Like, life is about war. Who got that shirt? You got the shirt on. Life is about war. So, okay, they came in, they ravaged the city. Now we just gonna build that bitch back up, and then we're gonna fight back up and then do it just like that. That way our cities won't get destroyed. But this white man has destroyed all the cities. Keep going.
That opened not the house of his prisoner.
And he'll never let you out, ever. I remember in Philadelphia, this was like a couple years ago, they were saying how they didn't have money to keep the schools open, but they had money to build more prisons. Right? Because who's going in the prisons? We are. And they are never, they did that 45, they had them in there. You know why they doing all that trials and testing and all? That's
money. Yeah,
it costs money to sit here and bring them out the solitary confinement, test him, have him testify, check his brain out. Do you know how many people is getting money off of that? Yep. If they got to scan his brain, the doctors is getting money off that. Whoever make the machines is getting money off of that. And all they're gonna do is recycle it to keep him right back in there. There is almost no point to the story except for him to go in and sleep like a cod said. Yep. That would be mercy from the Lord. Mercy from the Lord would be to let that brother stop dying. Because he already dead.
Right.
You think he feel alive because now he found out he probably looking forward to the death row.
That's how they turn them in. They be in there waiting.
Yeah.
That's all. 45 years in the little box.
In the box. Can you imagine that?
And then they say, well, you're not going home. You just want to make sure you got to be here. You was going to be here or in another cell.
All we found out was we couldn't kill you, but we can keep you in this box. A nigga would say, just kill me.
Right.
For real. Can you imagine going back in that box?
If I hadn't killed nobody, somebody had died after that many years.
Right.
You know
like
what I mean?
the oppression, man. Oppression is a mother, man.
That's how you treat an animal.
And if I could, to resentence the brother, you're gonna put him in a place where he can hurt somebody else.
Right.
So he, like Captain LeBron say, if he hadn't done it, he will do it,
right.
And then that'll be the excuse that they'll use to say, well, we should have put him down in the first place.
You can't trust a man like that after so many years, and plus already dealing with mental illness back in society.
Right.
Somebody gonna get it. So they'd never let him out.
But I got your precept, Captain LeBron, whenever you.
If I could, with that accountability that Captain Zari was talking about, that's why Christ got to return now. That's why Christ got to return. Our King got to return, because that judgment that's going to come from Christ, man, through the Spirit of the Lord, that's going to be accountability. He's going to hold that out for all this wickedness that he's doing. And diabolical is the perfect word for that. Because who even think of something to do like that? Like there ain't there's no type of compassion in them people, man. Salaki, go ahead and get the scripture. Salaki.
And don't no other the third world countries, right? No other society lock people up like this place right here in America.
Right.
Nobody do that, man.
Right.
That's the cruelest punishment imaginable. To put a man in a box for 45 years.
Right.
So if I may, even in the law, a murder was put to death.
Right.
He was put to the Lord ain't lock you up on death row and then put you back. He killed you right then and there. A rapist was put to death.
Right.
Committed witchcraft among the nation. You put to death. The Lord ain't toiling with you, and you understand? Like the white man is the devil. Salaki. Salaki. Can I say that? I can't. Salaki. The oppressor. Excuse me. Salaki. Read the scripture.
This the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Robbed and spoiled. That man been robbed 45 years of the help that he really needed, man. And how many brothers and listen, he ain't the only one, man. Like we'd be naive to think he the only brother, anything like that. You seen brothers come out of jail, man, and just be gone. Ever see a brother go in once, he come home, you can tell he been in there, go in again, come back, and you like, yo, something wrong with black, man. Like black ain't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't even listen while I'm talking. Go ahead, talk to Doc.
Yes, Salakia, sir, if I may. This is the hell that Christians envision, like to be ravaged, like to die and be ravaged by demons over and over and over again. This brother been in prison 45 years. Ain't no telling what didn't happen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he, been tortured by guards. You know what I'm saying? The warden, other inmates. You understand? For him to get a gleam of hope that his sentence is overturned, like, we gonna send you back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we being tortured like over and over and over again, but we living in the hell that Christianity has created for the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, sir. Sorry.
Right, you absolutely right about that. Right. Boy, keep reading the scripture.
They are all of them snared in holes.
Trapped, man. And a lot of that is because of the Christian church. Christian church has got us in this constant cycle of pleading with our oppressor for compassion. Just a constant cycle of, well, we forgive you, just don't do it again. Okay, well, just don't do it again this time. Okay, but just one more, just don't do it this. Okay, it's all right. Just a constant cycle like that Christian church is enemy number one to black people. That's right. Then the white man comes because that's who they serve, man.
Right.
To keep us asleep like this, to keep us snared like this and trapped, man. Keep reading.
And they are hid in prison houses.
Say what?
They are hid in prison houses.
They hid in prison houses. This brother, where's this brother's family, man? Where's the family that cares about this brother in Houston? Right here. That's about it. They're us. That's why, man. That's why the Lord say, man, your enemy shall become those of your household, man. I would tell a story about my uncle calling me a couple days ago, but I'm not gonna do it. All right, I'm not gonna do it. Just know y'all. Shalaki, y'all is my brothers, all right? That's right. This y'all uncles I got. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. You understand what I'm saying? Because where's this brother's family that care about him, man? Right. That's care about him, that's seeking him like, yo, where's my brother? Or like, where's my father, man? He on death row, we can't see him, but what is y'all like? Who gonna step in and say, why is y'all doing that? Like we doing. Like we the only people that speak for the poor, man. Right. In this earth, in this city. That's why Houston may give yourselves a hand, man. Brother, we hosting the bass over here, and it's right that we do that, man.
That's right.
It's right that we do that here. We do it. It's the spirit of the Lord, man, because this is what's going on in Houston to our people, man.
Right.
They hiding this brother there, man. Don't nobody know about him. Keep reading.
Colonel Wakad. They are for a prey and none deliver.
That's the perfect scripture for this article right here. Like they praying on this cat. Like how much money we think they still gonna kill him, of course. Like we ain't gonna ignore the fact they are going to kill this cat. You understand? But they can make more money if they just hold off for 10 more years. They can make more money before they kill him. That's what you do to an animal.
Right.
They be like, I can't send him with the other animals. He a little too wild. But, you know, I could throw this type of bird on his back every now and then. He good to get, you know, a couple bricks or something across the field, across the land. He can't be around the other cow. He might kill one of them, though.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? I still might keep him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'll kill him when, you know, when his back is completely broken. I'll just kill him, get rid of him. That's how you treat an animal, man.
Right.
They treating this brother like a straight up animal in there, man. And they do all them brothers in jail like that. All them brothers that's hidden in them prisons like that. And that's what they do too. They hide them brothers out. Remember, I had a man in the world, man. They go into the hole out. Everybody know when you put a brother in the hole. They ain't got no contact with nobody. They can't make no phone call. That's what they did with the brother in Rikers. What's his name? That killed himself when he got out. Huh? Khalif Browder, man. He ain't do a goddamn thing. Ain't do a goddamn thing. Yeah. And lost his goddamn mind in that place in Rikers, man. Lost his goddamn mind there all that years later. They want to come out with some documentary, man.
Damn.
Forget that goddamn documentary. Who made money off that goddamn documentary? Was it his family?
Right.
Who made money off of it, man? Come. Netflix made money off of it. I know that much.
Right.
Just like they're gonna make money off this brother, man.
Right.
And they wonder why it's a health crisis going on. White man, you the health crisis.
That's right.
You are the goddamn health crisis, and my king is on his way to get rid of you.
That's right.
Straight up and down, man.
But every white murderer is a health crisis to keep him out of jail.
Oh, guess what? We about to go touch on that. You are surely a prophet of the Lord. Surely a prophet. You understand? Matter of fact, let's get there, man. Let's go to the FedEx shooter. You understand? And let's find out why the hell he ain't on death row.
Come on.
Let's see what's going on with this cat here. You understand? Pull him up too. Because the FedEx shooter is not as handsome, as glorious as this brother here with that beard.
Right. That's right.
Let's see what this FedEx shooter look like. All right, go ahead, pull him up. I'm gonna see if y'all can guess what this cat look like. This FedEx shooter.
FedEx killer legally bought 2 assault rifles prior to his deadly spree, say police, despite him being put on a mental health hold last.
Jesus Christ! Good night. Y'all ever seen the movie The Lost Boys where the little kids started to kill each other on the island? Yeah. He looked like the last one, man. And they was just running with the glow stick and they stabbed him to death. God damn, man.
So he was reported to the FBI.
Yeah, by his mother.
and still is able to legally purchase 2 guns.
Hey, yo, keep reading.
After being put on a mental health hold last year after his mom reported him to the FBI, who took his shotgun.
And that's such the spirit too. That's exactly what Jacob's mother did. Like, this nigga ain't right. That's what Jacob's mother did. So he said, man, she looked at this cat like, this cat ain't right. This white boy mother looked at him was like, how you going? You gonna go straight to the FBI on him? To the that's a little high. Where is this at, bro? Like, is this? Why she ain't just call the police? She's man, I gotta call the feds for this evil right. Like, this cat wicked. What they call Damien? She's like, I got Damien in this joint. You understand me? Call the feds on it. Keep reading, man.
The family of the gunman who killed 8 people at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis on Thursday night is apologizing as more is being learned of the victims. Ex-employee Brandon Scott Hole, 19, was armed with 2 assault rifles when he walked into the facility where 100 people were at work and opened fire.
Let me tell you something, man. This is the real animal, man. Like, he is the animal, not that brother that was up to him. Now you look at the 2 different pictures, and this is such like how we have the imposter right next to Christ. You look at this cat right here, like he can't hurt nobody. Man, this cat out his goddamn mind got 2 assault rifles in his backpack, man. About to shoot up everybody in FedEx for what? They saying he mentally ill. Why he ain't on death row? If that brother mentally ill, he on death row. I think he need to be on death row too. He actually murdered 8 people for no reason.
Right.
But guess what?
Right.
Most High Christ. You want to pull that up? Yeah. Go ahead and pull that up and get somebody to read it for you if you want. But if I could, real quick before you go into that, they gonna give this white man what he need. The brother that they got on death row, that they gonna pray on and continue his case. They're not going to do that to him. They're going to evaluate him and have all the psychologists come in there and have everybody come in there and say, man, he's sick. And he's going to go somewhere in a nice padded room where he get to sit outside with other crazy people, get on some medication for a couple years, and they might let this devil go, man.
Right.
You understand? He going to get the help he needs. Keep reading the article, Salaki.
The video of this. Would you be able to pull that video up outside of y'all?
Like, you wanted to say something? Yeah, no sweat. Man, shout out to everybody in here, man. We had Captain Zaryak step up, man. We got Officer Dabar Mock just came in, Officer Dawada, San Antonio. Shout out all the brothers in San Antonio, man. They had what's the name of that? Super Sunday, man. The brothers out there fishing had the shirts and everything. You see, I got me one. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they had the hoodies out there in San Antonio. You understand? They had the food out there. And guess what? It was all black people. And guess what? There was no mass shootings.
Right.
And look, it was all black people there. You know what I'm saying? Black people, they was getting drunk. We had daiquiris out there, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Daiquiris and barbecue and all of that. And merchandise. And guess what? Ain't nobody get shot. You understand? Well, ain't no white man come up with an AR and start shooting anybody, man. Like, if we just be left alone by these people, we will be just fine now. We will be just fine. Could you please tell your Christians, tell your preacher, we don't want to be with these people no more, man. We are just fine without them, without you trying to say, well, you got to love everybody. We was good down there at the what's the name Sunday? What's the name of it again? At the Super Sunday, we was good. We was straight. We don't need to love everybody. We was solid. We was good. The food was, we ain't have no white people cooking. The police was black. Everything was just black. We don't need them. Keep reading the article up.
Police say 8 people were killed and another 7 were injured in the incident before Hole turned the gun on himself. Police say the teen had bought both weapons legally last summer, despite being placed on a mental health.
Listen, after stop me if I could. You want to say something, sir? If I couldn't. He's such a coward, man.
You such a coward. You kill 8 people, then you gonna kill yourself. Right. You such a coward. You can't even like the brother that been in death row 45 years out of his mind, holding it down. You understand? This old wicked devil right here, some young punk. You understand what I'm saying? Who probably ain't got no mental health disorder, man.
Right.
You understand? Got some demon in him and then shoot himself like that and can't even stand for the judgment. You understand? For the judgment to come down.
Right.
You kill your goddamn self, man. Like these our oppressors, man, are truly the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
man.
right.
Keep reading.
Police say the teen bought both weapons legally last summer, despite being placed on a mental health after his mom reported him to authorities over fears he wanted to commit suicide by cop. His family claims that they tried to get whole help prior to Thursday's tragic shooting, for which no motive has yet been given. We are devastated at the loss of life caused as a result of Brandon's action. Through the love of his family, we tried to get him the help he needed, the family said on a statement to the Indianapolis Star on Saturday. Our sincerest and most heartfelt apologies go out to the victims of this senseless tragedy. The statement continues. We are so sorry for the pain and hurt being felt by their families and the entire Indianapolis community.
Right. Go ahead, the Obama. Go ahead.
You know, in Indianapolis, right? This is just
The Indianapolis.
Probably got to move away from the speaker.
You gotta use the mic.
Cut. You know, in Indianapolis, same spot where Karen was at. Like this is spirit of white people in Indianapolis. If you ain't never been to Naptown,
right.
This is how they do. You remember Karen came to the school. What's her name? Was it Karen? Came to the school, right? And called nigga and all that. You remember that? This is the spirit of people in the white people or so-called oppressors.
Right.
In Indianapolis, and if you go there, you see it in the demographics. It's a clear-cut line, white and black. Indiana. That's all I want to say.
Most sign Christ. Go ahead, keep reading now.
Sir.
In March 2020, Ho was placed under a mental health temporary hold after his mom called the authorities over fears he was suicidal and wanted to die by cop. Additionally, a shotgun was removed from his home. According to WTHR, the FBI claimed they interviewed Ho in April. Based on the items observed in the suspect's bedroom at the time, he was interviewed by the FBI in April 2020, said the FBI special agent in charge, Paul Keenan.
If I could, and like, even if he goes sit down with the FBI, it's just like when you see the videos of police officers faced with a threat of another white man with a gun on them, and they saying, "Put it down, man, put it down." And they don't shoot the white man that's waving a gun at him and it's charging them and attacking them. So the feds sitting down with him and say, "There's nothing wrong with this white guy, with this white kid, man. He's just probably a little upset." Right. You know what I'm saying? They try to rationalize with him. You understand? Right. But let the feds come and say, "Man, he wanted to have suicide by cop." They'd have locked him up with the brother.
Right.
They say he need to be arrested.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they look at us like the enemy and look at each other like, this is just like you should look at your people with mercy and compassion. Right. But you can't give a murderer mercy and compassion, man. Give me the scripture where it say he was a murderer from the beginning, man. Yeah, man. You try to have compassion on the wrong one. Have compassion on the people that constantly try to forgive you after you murder their children in the street for no reason. Murder their children.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil. And the lust.
If I could, you want to say something? No. If I could, when they say ye are of your father, the devil, man, listen. That's why Commander GEN.YAHANNA always says, do not follow after these shooters. And remember, it was the last show, General Muhammad brought out how Commander GEN.YAHANNA said black people was going to start doing mass shootings. They did it. You understand? But what's the difference of a mass shooting of you being in the gang and you go shoot up somebody's house, man? You go shoot up somebody's house, you understand, or shoot up somebody's car. Philly, they got the feds in Philadelphia right now because all the murders going on. All the murders going on in Philly, they brought the feds in, man. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, the spirit of this devil going in that FedEx and shooting up everybody is the same spirit of a black man who got an enemy and you go and shoot up his mother house or shoot up his car while his babies is in there. That's the same spirit, man. That's the spirit black people got to come out of, man. Trying to be like these murderers, man. You gonna go spray up somebody's house? That's the same thing, man. You mad shooting your own goddamn people, man. That's why I say, yeah, of your father, the devil. Keep reading, huh?
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Yeah, keep reading.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
White man a murderer from the beginning. Black man, you ain't no goddamn murderer, man. You weren't made to be no goddamn murderer. You understand? You were made to be a prince and a priest and an authority. An authority figure in the name of the Most High on this earth, man. You ain't made to be no murderer. So when you go out to do things like that, like drive-bys and you understand what I'm saying? Cats be always talking about, you know what I mean? They shooting up some or, you know what I mean, 100-round clips and all that. And you ain't hitting nothing. You killing kids.
Right.
You understand me?
Right.
You just trying to be white. You think you're tough. You're trying to be a white man. That's what you're trying to be. Keep reading. You said, did you go over the murder from the beginning part?
Come on, Khan. Just hit that point. Read it again. Come on, Khan. He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a what?
A murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning, man. That's who the oppressor is. That's who this cat is, man. Murdered everybody, then murdered himself, man. Like they so self-destructive, huh? Salaki. Y'all want to say anything, huh?
Not nothing major. I just wanted that.
My guy talking to the mic.
Just the article.
That
I don't
lust. No, the lust part.
Come on, Khan.
Because a lot of our, I like breaking that down too. A lot of our people get confused on what that lust is. They think is always associated with something sexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that lust is anything that you desire to do that goes against the Lord, goes against the law, statutes, and commandments. That's all I wanted to say.
Come on, Khan.
Christ, huh?
Want the rest of the scriptures?
Ahead, keep on. Keep on.
Article.
Keep reading the article.
Come on,
We
Khan.
gotta move on.
Come on, Khan, sir. No racially motivated violent extremism ideology was identified during the course of the assessment, and no criminal violation was found. The shotgun was not returned to the suspect. Yet the police revealed on Saturday night that Hull was able to purchase 2 assault rifles used in the incident in July and September, with both purchases made after the March hold.
Like once again, it's not nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, arming yourself and getting guns. It's the people that's arming themselves, man. You understand? The people that's arming themselves are cruel bastards, man. You understand? There ain't nothing wrong with a black man having a couple firearms, you understand, to protect his family and himself. Because look at what you got to live on this earth next to, man. Look at what you got to go to work with. You know how many people work at FedEx and Amazon and all that? I know a sister worked for Amazon. Because of this incident right here, they had to do a ton of screening and watching people and saying to prevent another incident like this. You understand what I'm saying? Look at who you got to work around. Go ahead.
And if, sir, like I'm an IT specialist at Comcast, right? So because like the whole George Floyd situation, like the mass riots that took place, you know, because of BLM and all that stuff or whatever, they have mandatory racial sensitivity trainings for supervisors to teach them how to talk to people of color that work inside of the company. Like so beforehand, you could just talk to us whatever, but it took literally like blacks and Hispanics, like literally setting the nation on fire. And like Captain Zariak was saying, like us saying, like we just not gonna take it anymore. For you now to have cultural sensitivity training on how to talk to people of color.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous, sir.
Exactly.
They need that big time.
Anybody else want to say something? Y'all good? What the young man get hit?
Salakia. They do have cultural sensitivity training on the Arabs. They have it on the Asians.
Exactly.
They have it on every other race that is not Black, Hispanic, or Native American. But now, as of all of a sudden, with Black people, because it's now becoming more profitable, now they want to start doing that.
That's right.
That's right. Any more on that? I think we can move on to another article.
The folks that got killed, there's a bunch of
No,
East Indian names.
no sweat, no sweat. You can go to now. Let's go to the one where the sister was murdered by her husband. You understand? Let's see what happened there. Murdered by her husband. Sister of a daughter that's a famous baseball player. I don't watch baseball, so I don't know who he is. You know, understand what I'm saying?
A football player out of
Football?
New York Jets.
Oh, New York Jets. Go ahead. Read the article.
Daughter of New York Jets hero Al Toon is shot dead by her husband in front of their 8-month-old baby before he turned the gun on himself.
Now let's see what this cat looks like. Let's see what this cat looks like.
He killed himself afterwards.
Let's see how this one turns out. You understand? Keep reading the article.
Khan.
Oh, well, what do you know? Good night. Well,
Molly Lillard.
Some disgusting devil out. Some disgusting devil murdered one of our beautiful sisters out. You thank the Christian church for this one too. Thank the Christian church for this one too. Telling you can love everybody. It's about love and be together. Thank the Christian church for that. And goddamn, her father is a black man, plays football. I would not allow this. Right. You understand? You can't allow this out, and this is why they are murderers out. They are complete and utter murderers, and they constantly trying to throw this. They trying to throw this mental health disorder on us all the time. Like these oppressors is sick in the head, man. Something wrong with them. Like, what the hell did she do to deserve? Look at this. That's the football player cap. Right there.
That might be her father.
Right.
That might be the father. Right?
Yeah, look at him. He look evil. Look at how he's smiling. He look evil out. Just look out of place. And if I could, just pan out a little bit. Yeah, look at him. Look how he's smiling now. You see him?
About to divorce him or something.
Yo, that's a lot here, bro. Hey, pan out that joint real quick so I can see. Now, you Christians, now you hear the murder that happened to the sister. Now you know that this is wrong. This picture where they all sitting at dinner and smiling, and this right here is wrong. This right here is against the Most High. This right here. You understand? You want to say something, Mark?
And look, now you see what now you see what Serena Williams' father was trying to protect her from.
Listen.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody tried to demonize that brother for raising his daughters. He said he wanted them to marry black men,
right?
But he wasn't with it. He wasn't with that. And this is a prime example of what, you know what I'm saying, what could happen. He looked like the Joker from Batman, like straight up maniacal. You know what I'm saying? You look in his eyes, you can see he got a maniacal mind. Like he probably was in there like hating that child. You understand? He probably was hating that child because the child got some color to him. You know what I'm saying? Hating her because of where she come from. Right.
Like interracial marriage, it ain't healthy for black or white people. That's why this happens. It's not meant for us to be together.
Exactly.
White kid. I don't know about it. I hate interracial marriage.
Right.
Say again?
I said, of course.
Yeah, and so, but I hate it even in the world. Like, it ain't the truth thing. Like, even in the world, I hated it. And you always see this. So, like, you either gonna see where that white guy or that black woman's gonna have to fight, or that child's gonna have to fight their whole life for having a white daddy.
Yep.
That's all they're gonna do is get teased because you got a white daddy. You look at all the stories of brothers. I can't even say brothers in this, but I have a white mother or something like that.
Right.
Imagine the hell they going through. So it's not meant for us. So that is always going to be bound to happen. I think even you marry any heathen. When wasn't Janet Jackson married to a heathen?
Yeah, a couple of them, right?
A couple of them. Yeah, a couple of them.
Somebody,
Halle Berry, she want to be black again. Right. And she was messing with nothing but white men for a minute. Stacey Dash had a whole campaign for black white men first. Now she's begging for a black man to take her back.
We don't want
She
them,
done
man.
been used up. Like, who want that slap?
Yeah, we don't want them, man. Like somebody hold the scripture where it says, "Thou shalt not make marriages with them." Just hold it real quick. and read some more of the scripture. I'm gonna come to you real fast.
Come. After officers believe Lillard's husband, Royce Lillard III, 36, shot her before later turning the gun on himself in their Scottsdale, Arizona house on Sunday. Their 8-month-old baby was in the home but was not injured, police told the New York Post.
That's right. Listen, another coward. Can't even stand up to face the judgment. You kill the woman, kill herself, and think about the child. If we don't come back together as a nation of people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, our children have hell to pay, man. Like if a black man can't, forgive another brother, a black man can't stay in that household and build up his woman and stop being a drug addict and stop being a drunk, like children in general. Like, because this is going to be a white baby, of course, because that's his child. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But children in general, if you love children, then white people cannot rule this earth. Right. They can't do it. The oppressor cannot rule this earth if you want to see children to have peace. You understand? Because what else they doing? They let pedophilia be legal. Right. Get into the Catholic Church and all that. Like a black man has to rule this church, this earth, not only for our children, but for all children.
That's right.
Because if you leave it up to the hands of these oppressors, they will murder in front of the child, rape the child, molest the child, say the child can be a girl when it's a boy and all of that, man. Right. And then don't give your woman to it. Right. Go ahead and read, man.
After hours standoff, SWAT entered to find him dead. His wife also was taken to the hospital, but she was pronounced dead, having succumbed to her injuries. According to Facebook, the couple married over 2 years ago in 2018. Al Toon, a wide receiver, made it to the Pro Bowl 3 times in 8 years during his time with the Jets, after setting new records with the University of Wisconsin.
Right.
His daughter Molly took after her father in sports and became a standout volleyball player both at high school and the University of Michigan.
But if I could, real quick to stop, I need to ask you one more question, right? What I can't understand is, this is what I'm trying to understand. A daughter, when a daughter has a father in her life, the daughter tends to be drawn to men that's like her father, right? Her father, a football player.
Right.
Can you help me out? Explain this, Cat. How did this happen here?
I mean, who's the mother? Maybe the mother's white.
Maybe. I ain't think about that one.
Or it's either got to be rebellion or something. Because like you said, like I got girls, man, and you raise your girls up to look to you as the example of what type of guy they want to be with. So it's either rebellion, maybe the mother's white. That's the only thing I
right. If I could, sometimes them parents, man, push that
especially him growing up in the football world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get with somebody that don't look like you, because niggas ain't shit. The niggas that become successful. Excuse me.
It's not crazy. Or perhaps that father taught her to love white Jesus. Taught her to love. Maybe that's the case. Maybe he taught his daughter every Sunday to love white Jesus, and she went and found a white Jesus to love. You understand? Oh man, you are a prophet of the Lord. I swear.
Myself. That's why.
A certified priest.
That's why when y'all read that Deuteronomy 7th chapter, that's why. That's why we not.
So she got a white mother. That's why. Listen, and played the death penalty for it. And that's why the Lord says, read the scripture. Who got the scripture? Make no marriages with them.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, man. Chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Don't give your daughters to their son. You understand? But who is he? But why would he do that when he done already took himself one of their daughters?
All right.
Them football players and all them athletes. Charles Barkley, he got him a nasty old ugly, just disgusting white woman. Who else? I think Dr. Dre got a white woman too, don't he? Don't Dr. Dre got a white woman?
That's what he bought.
Oh yeah, the one that's trying to get $1 billion from him.
She black or white?
That's her sister. Oh, I didn't know there's a sister.
My man Ghost though, he got a masculine looking white woman. What's the guy play Ghost? What's the guy?
Man,
he's so gangster and they Ghost.
What's his name? Hardwick, something like that.
Yeah, Hardwick. Yeah, his wife.
Read the script.
Like the dude.
She do?
Yeah.
Well, he did in that other movie. He did play I'm gonna leave that alone.
But you think he cool as hell? You think he cool? This is a ghost. And he got, I mean, a hideous. He got a hideous looking.
Man, pull it up, man. You understand? Go ahead.
If I could, you know, I'm from India. You know, I grew
That's a mother right there.
black first. Then my mom ended up moving us out to Valpo. And what you find out is, you know, when it comes to the intermixing, black guys don't never go get the bad white chick. They go get the booger wolf out the clan. They go get the biggest burly linebacker back belt white broad they can find. And then the bad black chicks, you know, them the ones that the white boys go and find. It's so offset when you, I mean, it's so offset when you see it. And like that right there, like that's disgusting, because she was a beautiful sister. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? She should have been with a strong black brother like her father, but because the mindset that she see that it's okay to intermarry because her mama white, so she feel, well, I'm half white, I can be with a white guy. And you really a sister and you shouldn't be with a devil because he hates you on the inside. Really, he see your black skin and you was a trophy at one point. You was a notch on the belt, and then this became permanent. And that was his way out. You know what I'm saying? Took the coward's way.
And if I could, just to add on to what you're saying, this is why, brother, this is why I really, you know what I'm saying, that whole mindset of, you know, poor brothers get the, you know, ugly looking white women, that's because it ain't really got nothing to do. It's a lust, man. Right. It's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lust. It ain't got nothing to do with the bad. See, I gotta get me a white one. I gotta get me a white one. So you ignore the fact that she looked like a foot. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's lust. You understand what I'm saying? So lock it. Am I right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's like any other drug. You know this thing can kill you. You know this thing can kill you, but it's a drive to like. That's how they look. You just showed me one. I know. You just showed me one. You understand? It's a lust like any other thing, man. That's why it don't make no sense. Keep on reading the scripture.
Cub. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy sons.
Exactly, man. They are part of this. This is why when you be part of America, your whole lifestyle to be part of America, you take they women. This is the Lord showing you that this is not right. Right. It's evil. The scripture is right. Thou shalt not give that. Like Jeremiah always bring it out. The Lord know what he talking about, yo. Right. He not sitting up there just making rules. It's like, how can I? He know what he talking about, man. Like these laws is for a reason. Right. From the dietary law all the way up. Right. You understand what I'm saying? He know what he's saying. He know who you dealing with. Don't give your daughters to him. This cat right here is a cunning hunter and a murderer. Why would you, if you love your daughter, you would give your daughter to somebody that's going to love her from her own nation. Right. You understand? Somebody like Jacob. Right. You understand? You don't give your daughter to no murderer, but once again, most high Christ.
That's right.
But once again, because of Christianity, you love everybody, man.
Right.
You love everybody. This is a good old Christian family right here. You understand? That's why the families in the UPK are secure, you understand? And strong and solid and building and lasting. And the families that they promote in the world in the Christian church, they end up in murder, suicides in front of an 8-month-old baby. That's the marriages that's produced by Christianity. You understand? Go ahead, I'll keep reading the article.
Come. At that point, the police officers were unable to communicate with the shooter, later identified as Royce Lillard, for a number of hours, according to police press release.
And if I'm gonna stop one more time. And listen, okay, there's something natural, or is it something natural in the white man to know I'm not black when he with a black woman, and there's something natural in the black man to know I'm not white when he's dealing with a white woman. What you think going through his mind while that white woman sitting in his bed after that white man just murdered their daughter? One of her brothers just murdered their daughter. Right. What goes through your mind? Me personally, I'm gonna find somebody to be mad at. It's gonna be her. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Like that's in every black man's mind. It's no way, like the tremendous amount of guilt that brother probably got in his head right now. Listen, the only thing that can soothe that is Christianity. Man.
Right.
The only thing that can soothe that is gonna be all right. That singing he gonna need that dope, that singing and dancing dope that they sold him to go and get a white woman and all that. Listen, he gonna need that. He gonna need it because every night he gonna be looking at that ugly white woman in the bed, saying, "Your people done killed my baby." It's gonna be on his mind now. Don't think it ain't.
Right.
Ain't no man gonna be anybody murder your child out. You understand what I'm saying? White man murder your child. You got some white one in your bed. It's cutting the Lord, cutting him to his soul. Right. You understand? Keep reading the article, Baba Kashaw.
As she was taken to the hospital, a SWAT team entered the couple's home around 10:45 on Sunday, where they discovered the husband had died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to reports. For several hours, officers attempted to establish communication with the male with no success, said Scottsdale Police Department officer Kevin Watts.
I think we good on this. We good on this? You think we good? Y'all brothers, go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
It's a last little part.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It says the suspected murder-suicide and the latest domestic violence-related homicide in Arizona has seen numbers rise during COVID-19 pandemic. In Phoenix alone, there has been more than 175% increase in 2020 compared to the results in 2019. So it's been more of these murder-suicide, domestic violence related incidents since the pandemic started.
God, see, like, and that's how the Lord destroys a nation. Right. That's how the Lord destroys a nation. Like, you think everything is fine. You think the COVID is gone, it's dying down. You take your mask out, you're going outside. But the Lord got another play, murder suicide.
Can I give you a precept on
this? I got something else coming for you.
Can I give you a precept on this?
Please go ahead.
If I could, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, and they will seek thy life.
That's the perfect precept. Get that brother a hand. Everybody, don't nobody need no breakdown on that. We don't need no breakdown on that. Well, go ahead, dog.
The story you was bringing out about that sister right there. Just a few months back, that football player Chad Wheeler, he like 6'7", 318 pounds, beat the black sister up, all because she didn't want to bow down to him. Right. Beat her up so bad that she was laying in the bed. He walked off thinking that she was dead. That's a picture right there, thinking she was dead. She got up out the bed, came around there. He's like, "Oh, I thought you're still alive." He was eating a bowl of cereal after he beat her up. Yeah, eating a bowl of cereal. When she got out of a coma, whatever she was in, she came around and he looked at her and said, "Oh, you're still alive?" Right. And he don't. And that's just the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And she, you know what I mean?
Let him out on $40,000 bond. Yeah, go ahead.
And then after it hit the fan, he played I got a mental illness card.
Oh yeah, I bet he did.
Right.
Like this earth is disgusting, man. Like it's disgusting, and our sisters better wise up, man. That's why the Lord said, "I'm gonna make a black man better than fine gold, man. Be better than fine gold." The minute that Bible, them prophets of the Lord, the minute I should be fine gold. And you black women that don't want a brother to have more than one woman, you get end up with that thing over there that'll eat a box of Fruit Loops after he done whoop your ass to sleep. You understand what I'm saying? Versus getting a man that got multiple women. Right. You understand? We can skid off that now, man. We can let that go. All right. Let's get the video of the brother being harassed by some white bully. By some bully. Get this, we're gonna pull this up. I think it's gonna be the last one, man. Also, man, shout out Officer GEN.YAHANNA just rolled up in here. That's right. Rock just rolled up in here from Detroit. You understand? What else we got? Shapat in the back in the cut. You understand? Shapat got the flyest meteor I ever seen. Right. I'm saying that's the flyest meteor I ever seen back there on Shapat, man. Go ahead, Warrior. How's a hob? He whipping the meteors up. Yeah. New York. Headquarters. You know what I mean? Let me know when y'all got that video queued up, man. Listen, man, Passover, man, going down April 24th, man.
Right.
You can feel a vibe in the air.
Right.
Like we calm right now. You understand? Camera go off. We go, hey, what's going on, man? You understand? Like it's going down. Got brothers flying in from everywhere. You understand? We got the lamb slaughter on the 22nd. We're gonna do it at Hamas Ranch. You understand? Show our young sons how to feed themselves and do an honorable tradition that we did as priests. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be going on. What else? Got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right now, everybody Akyum, Akwafim. You understand? Make sure y'all getting that yeast out your house. Anything that got yeast in it. You understand? For the Feast of Unleavened Bread, by the time you get back to your crib, you want it all gone. You need to eat nothing with leaven for 7 days after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's after that Passover, man. We about to have that lamb and that wine, man. I just remember say, ooh wee. We about to go down. Texas style barbecue Passover lamb, man. Yeah. It's going down, man. You got the video yet? Go ahead. Which one? The Ohio.
The one with the white soldier.
Yeah, no, not him, not him. Yeah, him right there. Yeah, let's get that video up real quick, man.
White soldier charged with assault for shoving, berating black man in viral video.
Now, speaking of what happened to the other black soldier, the lieutenant in the car, I mean, this is just a reverse. You understand? The white police officers was harassing a lieutenant. The brother was in full uniform. Right. And listen, this was cold when he said that they hit me, to my soul. He said, I'm really scared to get out right now. He been in a whole war. Right. He'd have been in a whole war in Iraq, wherever he was stationed at. And he at the goddamn gas station fearing for his life. Right. Like this is just to show you, like, we are servants to these people. They don't look at us with no honor, no dignity. That cop probably hated the fact that he had more rank and authority with that uniform on. Right. Hated it. And now this cat with this uniform on, he think he a goddamn cop. You understand? We got military person, brothers and sisters, brothers that was used to be in the military in here, right? Do we? Mm-hmm. We do? You do? So when you come from wherever you stationed at in the military, do that give you jurisdiction to stop people on the street where you live? Yeah, I ain't think so. Yeah, that's why they charging them, because just because you in the army don't mean that you're the police when you come home. Right. You understand? And that's what they is. But to a black man, I mean, he can do what he want to do. That's what the earth has shown you could do to black people. And that's what it showed the Chinese and any Arab. They put their hand to harm a black man or woman, Hispanic man or woman. That you can hurt black people and no harm will come to you. Right. Sit in jail a couple of days, make bond, you be all right, you be out. No harm, no foul. You understand? We got the video. Go ahead, play it. Go ahead, read some of the article.
A white active duty soldier was seen in a viral video berating and shoving a black man in South Carolina neighborhood. Has been charged with third-degree assault and battery, according to Richland County Sheriff's Department. The first time I saw the video, it was terrible. Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott said at a press conference Wednesday evening. It was unnecessary. It was a bad video. Young man was the victim. The individual that was arrested was the aggressor, and he's been dealt with accordingly.
Like I'm waiting to see the picture of this cat, but from the screenshot I seen, this cat big. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Look like he about 275 pounds, and this young cat, like, they such cowards. Right. They such cowards, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that ain't no soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the soldier's mentality is the goal to war. You understand what I'm saying? What war you gonna get out of this? Out of this easy win right here? You know what I'm saying? That's a soldier's mentality is to protect.
Right.
That black brother, you took that oath to be a soldier, whatever the hell you is in the American military, you're supposed to protect him too, even if he walking on your street. You understand what I'm saying? Which goes to show you what? Don't go to that military. That should be clear and plain and simple. The brother who was the lieutenant that got pepper sprayed,
That's right.
he found out he should not be in the military.
Yeah, that's the video. And he autistic. And he autistic too, they found out.
I ain't gonna lie, that black man probably whooped his ass.
Another day, another viral video of a racially charged incident. And this time, you see a young black man being absolutely berated by a white man telling him, get out of this neighborhood or I will carry you out. Now, while we don't know everything that led up to the incident you're about to see on video, what we do see was enough for prosecutors to say that one man should face charges.
Hours of peaceful protests outside the home of Jonathan Pentland turned destructive overnight. Members of the Columbia, South Carolina community outraged over this caught-on-camera incident that led to the arrest of Pentland, an active duty soldier. You're in the wrong neighborhood. The incident happened Monday. Pentland is the man you see on the right in red. The 42-year-old is stationed at nearby Fort Jackson. What are you going to do? In the now viral video, for over 2 minutes, Pentland is seen berating the man.
And look, the young brother standing his ground. He like, listen, man, I ain't do nothing. Yeah, he ain't shook by that.
Man's to know where the young man lives. Where? Where's your house? And after repeated threats, gets physical. You better walk away. You walk away. You're talking to my wife right now. Pentland this morning is charged with assault and third-degree battery. And if convicted, could face a $500 fine and 30 days in jail. Witnesses say police initially said they can only charge Pentland with destruction of property after swatting away the young man's cell phone. But the sheriff says he acted quickly after seeing the video, which has now attracted millions of views online.
We're going to hold those responsible for those accountable. We're not going to let people be bullied in our community. And if you are, then you're going to answer for it. And that's what we've done in this case.
Sade McCallum is a neighbor of Pentland's who recorded that video.
Something just switched. It switched instantly, and he was very aggressive. And I knew that if something were to happen, you know, he was either going to be injured or he just wasn't going to make it out of that situation alive.
You do hear the alleged victim repeatedly attempt to
Stop the video for a second. Look, he said, call the police. He like, call the police. You know what I'm saying? And the white man getting more mad because that young brother ain't no punk. He like, man, listen, call the police, man. I live here. He's standing there. He ain't running. You understand? He doing all that yelling. Someone leave now. He like, I live here, man. Like he calm talking to him. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's showing some discipline with him. Like, yo, like calm down, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like that white man a coward. Like that man right there got hot though. That black man got hot, but these devils hate us, man. They hate us, and they want go ahead.
If I could, Slock, this man right here is a criminal. Nobody's gonna charge him as he should be charged with. They gave him 30 days. He could face 30 days in jail. He could. This is a possibility. And a $500 fine. A 500. How disrespectful to the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community. And that's why they see why we marching in these streets, even though it don't do nothing. But you seeing Black people and Hispanic people rise up because of the injustice. Also, he should be stripped of his rank. And he should be kicked out of the military with under honorable discharge. But that'll never happen. You want and what I see with him is that devil knows his war is really not even over there. His war is here against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why he don't want them. He feel like that's the enemy in his neighborhood, man. So what?
And imagine, you want to say something? And imagine the young brother got to walk past his house every day.
Right.
That's what's gonna cause more mental illness. Right. Mental illness right there. Right. He got to walk past his cat neighborhood every day, and that's a nice neighborhood right there. Right. That ain't the ghetto, you understand? But we can't be in nice neighborhoods. Right. You understand? Which goes to show you we shouldn't be around these people. Just like the Lord show you we shouldn't have interracial marriages, man. Right. We should not do that. We should not seek to go live amongst these people. We should be with our own, man. And the Lord constantly shows you. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You want to say something, Mark? Go ahead.
Sir. I just want to say I served in the United States Army as an 11 Bravo as an infantryman, and in the infantry, the infantry was the first time and the only time I ever been called a nigga straight to my face, and probably like 20 times. So I had to develop like I call them coon mechanisms now, but like mechanisms to combat that without actually getting in a fight. But one time a nigga put a broom in my head and it was all over with.
If I could,
Right.
What you saying, and give the hands to this brother, man. That mechanism that he's saying he got to do in his mind, that's what caused schizophrenia, man. When you got to start turning, you got to change the way because nobody should be disrespected like that, man. We on this goddamn battlefield. That's also why in Vietnam, them brothers start shooting them cabinets out there up in that bush. They sending the black men out there for the Viet Cong to go pick off, and they just say, man, we want to knock this. Oh, we ain't going out there like that. But the way he got to change the way he thinking. You understand? It's going to cause him to drink alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? Had schizophrenia, because schizophrenia is almost like you're a different person. So you get around a goddamn white man, you got to cut on some old, hey, Jimmy, it's cool. I was here on time, I was a little late. You understand what I'm saying? You go home like, I couldn't stand this goddamn job. You in a whole trance of trying to change yourself, man. That's why they don't work in the UBK. I quit a job. Baby, how many jobs I quit last year? About 7. I had about 7 jobs. Man, I had so many uniforms. I had so many uniforms in my closet, man. I could have been a spy, man. Could have been a whole spy, man. Because the truth cut off that mechanism, man. Understand? When you gotta think, I'm a black man, you can't be disrespected like that. And he already got autism, man. Salaki. You want to say something? Salaki.
You make the mechanism, that's what every black person makes mechanism in dealing with white people. But there is no mechanism when you deal with your brother. Right. It's like you inherently, that goes back to the bomb when you asked about the DNA and the slavery. That goes all the way back to that, because who teaches us to be afraid of white people? Our parents. Why are they teaching us to be afraid of them? Because their parents taught them. Their parents taught them. Their parents taught them. The cops behind us, everybody stripping up. Little kids, 5 years old, know when the cops come behind you, better sit yourself up right. You better not look to the left. Better not look to the right. When you have your kids and a white person come around, you start immediately saying, sir, ma'am, and all that. You teaching your kids how to develop them same mechanism that you yourself develop, and you think you're being tough. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I'm bigger than that. Right. That's schizophrenia. Right. Because you ain't supposed to be bigger than that. Because like God say, ain't nobody supposed to be disrespecting you. Right. So you really end up being a punk or a bitch or whatever it is you want to call it. So that's why this is the only place you can get rid of that mechanism. So because nobody should be able to say anything to you sideways without it being addressed. Right. Mechanism or not.
Damn right, Salaki. I think Shapat had something. Moving on quick.
What you bringing out is heavy.
Because in the black community, it's code switching. You understand me? And that is what you are describing is code switching is the gateway to schizophrenia.
Exactly.
You understand me? And that's a problem in our community. And we've learned to, like you say, teach it to our children. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the number one reasons why the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand me? Because we can't even be ourselves in America. You understand? We can't be ourselves in our own skin.
Last thing if I could, LeBron, you want to say something? And this is why the truth, thank the Commander GEN.YAHANNA and all the generals out, because the truth give you back the integrity that you lose when you out there amongst these goddamn heathens, and they constantly try to break you down mentally with everything. You understand? Verbally attack you, physically attack you, all the oppression. Not like the truth replenish you of, you know what I'm saying? Your state, like for you to hear come out the world and say, nah, the Lord only loves you. You understand? While out in the world, you understand, you dealing with these heathens saying, get out my treating you like a piece of garbage, man. And the Lord say, don't worry about it. He says, you go through much tribulation, but thou art rich. You understand what I'm saying? Like you need that in your soul. Huh? You know what I'm saying? That's really the only cure for all of this. So look. And you shall not be ashamed. You're trying to shame into it. You don't belong in this neighborhood. You don't belong in this earth. This earth, like the Lord say, the earth is mine. Right. You understand? Black men gotta hear that, man. You gotta hear that. That's why this truth so powerful. And that's why, if I could, Zalaka, that's why I said,
because of the foolishness of preaching, man, that this kingdom gonna be saved, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about no stimulus checks and nothing like that. You getting a stimulus check by man saying, nigga, get the hell up out my neighborhood here. Take that. You understand? Instead of getting the goddamn kingdom, you teaching the black man, yeah, the stimulus check, all right, but you's a prince. You's a prince and gonna be a terror on them and rule this earth, man. With that, man, you understand what I'm saying? Got Captain Nazar out here. You understand? Captain LeBron. You understand what I'm saying? Dawada, Gabar Moth, Officer Tazadat, Officer Shabbat, Officer Wanya'ala. Give me some more. What's the trooper name right here? Trooper Takan, you understand? Uriah here. Come on, brother.